Hello and welcome to Retro Zord Review, episode 27. We stay in space and we will visit the Lost Galaxy with Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, or Super Sentai Gingaman if you prefer the Japanese part. As you can see, a lot of stuff on the table, and sorry at this point, it will be a long episode, so take some snacks, take something to drink. It will take a while because of what I have to show. So Lost Galaxy has a bunch of Zords, and this is just one of my recent buys. Normally most of the things you see from here in the background is from my childhood, with some exceptions like Pyramidas from Zero, for example, or like Serpentara. But Mighty Morphin Season 1 to, well, Lost Galaxy, most of it I had since my childhood days. But this is, yeah, something else. These vinyl figures, like these, and I can give Red a spin and I find the switch. Yeah, find the switch. These figures are Japan exclusive. When you watch the show, the Rangers find these beasts and save them, and they transform into the Zords basically. They are like galactic beasts or galactic beasts, and that's nothing you would get when you, and not really need, but for me it's like I want those. I didn't know for years that exists, so I seen that online and got it for like 120 euros, the entire bundle of those vinyl figures here, like these 5, and I thought now or never, because I skipped out like half a year of those, and now it's almost a year ago since I have them, but half a year back since I bought them, the Zords were, well, the vinyl figures of the Zords were like 80 to 90 euros, and I thought now or never, because if I buy them not now, they might get priced as hell, or I never get them, and I wanted them for my collection. I'm very happy to have them. They're pure vinyl. They're like not movable at all. The feet are, and they look great. They look like on the show. Red is a bit lighter. They are on the show. They look a bit darker, a bit more damaged. The Zords almost look like rock-ish type, and also they look straight out of like an old Godzilla movie or so. I like that a lot. Godzilla was one of my favorite things before I watched Power Rangers. I was younger, and Dragon Zord is for sure my favorite because of Godzilla, because they're so similar, and I think they're based on each other. Well, Dragon Zord is based on Godzilla, I think, because that came first. All comes from Japan, so it makes sense. And besides the vinyl figures, sorry if I have issues with transforming and everything, it take a while. I basically got this one. I wanted them as a kid, but they were not available in my area in Germany, so I had to get that later, and I puzzled it together. Mark Spark actually, as I met him, I don't know how long it's been now. Mark, how long do we know each other? It's I think 2 years by now, almost. And I kind of met Mark over Discord, and we're hanging out, and he's like, I bought this bundle with some Zords, and I want to sell some stuff. That was kind of the first interaction we had, and the Zords were in there, well, parts of them, the Lost Galaxy Zords, and like, what do you want for it? And in the end, I bought the entire bundle, which came in 2 big boxes from the UK. And there's also an unboxing, a very old one of the first things I actually unboxed on my channel, so we'll put the screenshot here, and just check the unboxing or the mail call list, and you will find that. Otherwise, I blab way too much and take too many of your time, so you've seen probably a lot of the Zords, and well, here's some accessories. When you buy that thing used, and I can stop you spinning for a moment because that's distracting me, sorry. The sword, definitely, I said that in the past, and when I got those and unboxed that in a quick view. The horns, like this, it's for the Red Lion in Megazord mode, and give me a sec. Oh yeah, it's in the Zord itself. We'll show that in Megazord mode. The fists of the Megazord, they are separate parts. When you buy this and it's loose, most of that times the Zord's parts, like the accessories, the horns, the sword and the fists, are missing. Because kids who play with this back in the day, you have to keep in mind this is old. This is from, I don't know, from where are you? Do you have like something on here? I think the gorilla has. Whoa! Sorry. Don't. Nah. Normally there's like something where they came from time-wise. Give me a sec. Doesn't look like. We will figure that out. I give you like Megazord combination. The gorilla becomes the feet, and the fists are here. As I said, most of the times, because they're detachable parts, kids lose that first. And I mean, he could be in better condition, a bit scratches here and there, but as I said, it's old. So I don't mind because it's the way it is. I'm lucky to have him in the collection. The black flaps here, you pull that up, and then you move the body down. Doesn't matter if so or so. As far down as it goes. And the hands, they will basically, they will fold in like this. You have to be careful because it's old and don't break stuff. Come on. I always have fears that I do. Ah, that's good. It was hidden. It's from 98. It's from Bandai of America or Bandai Japan, depends on which version you have, from 1998. So, first parts is this. Also, parts which are missing, and the ape's crashing on the condor, is the condor, or at least parts of the condor. He comes in pieces, he's a weapon. You can take off the lower part. It's metal. Version-wise, I think Japan and the other world parts like US and Europe is similar. And there's a little part which flips out, and you have a kind of a gun. They use that on the show as well. And if you build Megazord, you don't necessarily need the condor. If you're like a friend of mine, the Picky Arrow, on like, I don't need weapons. But for me it looks weird if you don't have this guy. So, because here are little connector parts, and they're actually for the feet of the condor. So I have to make sure to find the right spot. Yeah, that just slides in, and the condor rests here. If I can, come on, like this. Condor rests here, arms down on the back, which is basically the back part of the Zord. As I said, you could have him without that, would work, but it looks weird because this yellow part of the feet is visible, and it looks odd if you know the Zord, if that's missing. But most of the times, like, that's big part times what's missing. The lion himself, the most complicated for me. I always forget how to really do this, well, the front part at least. The feet and the back, they are rotating back, and then they rotate forward, and you have to push them inwards, and then you have this. The head goes up, this is on an extra part, and the back part here, the body, you push in. Because it's old, it's kind of, yeah, hard to do sometimes. So, and the tail just flips down. This makes a seamless chest piece. And as I said, this is, I always get confused, but this rotates somehow, and in the end I get that done. I don't know how. You flip open the mouth, and the head piece comes out, and you rotate the head a bit. And I think the rotation part is important to get the Megazord right. As I said, I'm always confused about that. Give me a sec. Oh yeah, the black part goes back. The metal pieces are like an L, and yeah, like this. Also, the front feet, they rotate backwards as well and snap in place. You have a big chunky chest piece. And as I said, this is normally missing. This is the horns. Well, the basic horns at least. Which just slides on here. Just 2 connector parts and looks like this. I mean, you could have him without the horns, but as I said, it will look weird as well. This is part of the Zord. The lion can move down here. You stop cuddling, please. Be nice. So, it's a heavy Zord because there's a lot of metal in here. And these two are basically the arms, obviously. So, feet in, and then the tail. For that you have to rotate this, rotate it back, or do the lower ones first, doesn't matter. Then rotate this, one arm piece, fist piece. See, right or left or right? I think right. Nah, wrong one. Yeah. So, and this goes on here. Could open the mouth or close it, but it's doable for the Zords. Just want to show that. As I said, the other one is arm 2, a bit stiff because of the toys, the old age. Same deal. They're like they're basically the same deal, but in a different color and shape, part-wise at least. So, but they work the same way. Fist snaps on. And then Lost Galaxy Megazord. Give it a spin. The sword also is one thing that's, as I said, missing. So he has that. Looks pretty good. I like that Zord a lot. As I said, one of my favorites. Lost Galaxy in general is a nice season. And the character design, the Zord design. At first, the Zord was a bit... It grew on me, but like that's a bit blocky. But that's like... I think because of the end of the show was always showing the Zords transform. And it looked in this... It was animated, kind of, I think. And it was like weird looking. But on the show, yeah. The turntable is wiggling because he's so heavy. Yeah, besides this Zord, the way he is, there's an upgrade for it. And before I show that, I mean I showed that in an unboxing. 1 or 2 words of this. I had like 2.5 of these Zords. I puzzled it together through eBay because buying it in box, which is one of the only things I could find him at the time. I don't know how it is now because I didn't search anymore. I searched for weeks and months. As I said, the first Zords from Mark, another like half of it from eBay, and another half from another eBay seller because I needed the sword, fists, and the horns. Everything was missing at that point. I bought an upper part like lion, the arms, and well, basically the fists were there, and 1 Megazord gone to the Traveling Power Rangers fan, to Billy, as a thank you because he helped me out. He ordered that thread from the US for me because I couldn't order it from there. And the other part was like, yeah, it's a similar deal, which gone to Bookie, to Mastodon Night Studios. As a thank you for something where he helped me out. I don't remember what it was, too long ago, sorry. But I think he might remember. So if he's watching this, and he might write it in the comments. Other than that, in total I paid around about 150 euros, where you say, expensive? Yes. But the other option would be round about 400, because everything I could find in a condition where I'm happy with, not like trash as hell, was Japan boxed, 400 and up. So yeah, and as I said, similar to Japan toy, this is basically the same. There's nothing changed with power bolts and everything. And moving on to show the last part and wrap up, you get this in an extra set, which I unboxed. I will leave a picture of that as always in post, and check the unboxing list there where you can find it. It's the Lights of Orion armor upgrade set, in Japan exclusive as well, where you get a Magna Defender, which I shown in the unboxing, and these parts. This smaller one here, which is one downside which I don't like here, is for the sword. It slides just on. It's just mere like rubber plastic, which looks good. It's an improvement. There are better versions of this 3D printed from Etsy, like for my friend Matenka from Rangers Forge, for example. You can get really nice stuff with that. I might paint this, or well, might get an upgraded version from him. I'm not sure, but just the basic sword, because I have this piece which I want to. I wouldn't bought it if I, long story short, you take off the basic horns. Don't lose them. They were expensive. Remember that. And you have two other pieces. An upgraded horn piece, which slots on here, which is important, but I didn't notice at first, is like here are little pegs where the chest piece connects to. So you slide this on, and it fits and looks good. And then the chest piece goes on. As I said, the Rangers got an upgrade in the show, Lights of Orion. And if they switch to Megazord, the Megazord gets this as well. There is a crossover episode with Power Rangers Time Force. And crossover, was it Wild? I think it was just Time Force. There's a crossover. I will look that up in post there. I don't remember. I think it was Time Force. That Megazord also got this upgrade. So this piece basically, I think in toy mode it works as well for another Megazord, which could get that on. And in the end, you give him the sword again. As I said, sadly just one side, but yeah. And you do the 180 place and give us a go. I think the action figure man will kill me if I say anything wrong, because he loves Power Rangers Lost Galaxy a lot. But as I said, there was a crossover with the Lost Galaxy Rangers, the Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. The Lost Galaxy Rangers is an anime as well, so don't confuse that. But that's like, this upgrade set works for another Zord I don't have at the moment, so that will be a future video then. So yeah, that's basically the review of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Well, the Retro Zord review of the Lost Galaxy Megazord, episode 27. And hope you enjoyed what you see. The next one will be episode 28, and it will be the Toro Zord of the Magna Defender. So stay tuned. Basically, we have to wait a week for this, but yeah. Or if you watch this later on, it might be out already. So thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Stay safe.